Everybody in Drugs, Crime, and Society. This is Dr. Mem. I just wanted to let you know that it is Tuesday after Memorial Day, so I just got back home and I did not get a video up for you guys last week, so I wanted to make sure I got you up one today. So I came outside. The reception was really crummy in the house, so if you have a hard time hearing me, you see boats or this or that, ignore them or ignore me and enjoy whatever is going on behind me. So anyway, what I wanted to tell you was that this module, the module 5, actually talks a lot about alcohol in society. And you guys taking this class online miss out on the opportunity of where we debate and we discuss so much in class of how much drug or alcohol is prevalent in our society, and it's so accepted. One of the things I like to do, I like to throw at you guys and say, you guys will not even go to one of your friends' weddings if your friend turns around and says it's a cash bar. You know, you're like, no way. So we have come to expect alcohol everywhere, access to it immediately. It's at baby showers, it's at weddings, it's at funerals, it's at birthdays, it's at christenings. Alcohol is expected at almost every kind of celebration that we have, or even commemoration. Okay, yesterday was Memorial Day. I was over on the other side of the coast in Captiva, and I can tell you that people were just drinking them down. And if you know what Memorial Day is, it's truly a memorial. We say Happy Memorial Day, which really isn't the proper way to say it. We should be commemorating the day. It is the day for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. Yet, we associate it with cookouts, barbecues, and alcohol. So, and living here in Florida, we also then throw in swimming at the pool, going to the beach, or whatever. So alcohol is just something that we have come to expect. It is most definitely a social norm. It is not something that we consider deviant behavior. Europe and other countries will allow their children to drink. They don't have a definitive drinking age. Alcohol is actually served at meals. And they don't have the same kind of issues and problems that we have because it has not been a substance that has been forbidden. It's always been there, and it's always something that's been, they've had access to. So kids have been drinking a glass of wine at dinner since they were 8 or 10 years old, so it's no big deal. However, here in the US, if we see somebody giving their child 8 or 10 or 12 years old a glass of wine, we'll lose our ever-loving mind. But how many of us have seen either videos online or a family member, the dad of a baby, a child, and let them have that first sip of beer and watch them make that face, and we all laugh and think it's funny? So, alcohol is just something we consider differently than anything else. Remember, what is a drug? A drug is something that can absolutely influence your behavior. It changes the way you think, the way you act, the way you walk, the way you talk. It doesn't have to be dramatic, okay? Some people can only have one drink and it can completely alter their behavior, where others, let's see if I can get more light on myself here. Oh wow, look at that. You can actually see what I look like. Okay, so realize that alcohol doesn't necessarily have to be in a huge consumption to influence somebody's behavior. So influencing behavior and thought or ability is a drug. Okay? So, is alcohol a drug? Absolutely. So, really, what I guess I want to talk to you about is the assignment that you have this week. And I want you to have some fun with it because the assignment is actually to ask 10 members of whomever you choose. Most people discuss it with family. I will tell you that lately I have had a lot of students that have put up surveys on, I guess you can do it on, I don't think you can do surveys on Facebook yet, but I know you can do them on Instagram, Twitter, things like that. Put it out there so that it goes out to people other than those that you know directly, and then you can still go ahead and ask your family or friends or whatever. But those questions are, do you consider alcohol a drug? And you're going to find out how many people don't consider it a drug, simply because, like I said, it's everywhere. You can buy it at the gas station, the grocery store, the convenience store. Oh my God, I just went and took my granddaughter. We had her birthday party, her second birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. And do you know how many people were drinking beer and wine at Chuck E. Cheese? Because they needed to survive being at Chuck E. Cheese. So it's at restaurants, it's everywhere. So a lot of people don't consider it a drug. You say drugs, they think pills, they think needles, they think salacious, scary things that are ultimately going to cause death. Well, alcohol can have the same effect. So, but we don't think of it that way. So it we have happy hour, okay? We have ladies' night. We can give alcohol events all kinds of names to try and bring interest, build up business, enjoy ourselves, lower our inhibitions so that we might dance, sing, karaoke night, things that we wouldn't normally do if we had our complete faculties with us. Now, is alcohol a truth serum? No. Okay, it doesn't make you lie. But what it does is it just lowers your inhibitions. So think of it like that. If somebody tells you that they don't like you, okay, they didn't like you anyway. They just didn't have the guts to tell you. So, um, what else is really interesting about alcohol? It's just everywhere. And think about it. Think about it yourself. Like when I said if your friend gets married and it's a cash bar, you guys are all like, seriously? I'll just send a card or whatever. You won't go. You guys will not go. Um, I've had a few students who have said, it's my best friend, I'm going. Okay, yeah, but did you still complain about the cash bar? Okay, so think about that. So I guess with that question, I want you to really think what you want to get out of it for that assignment. Do you just want to talk to 10 friends or family members or coworkers or whatever and ask them those questions? Do you think alcohol's a drug? Do you think that it leads to criminal behavior? I think there's 4 or 5 questions on there. Do you think that the laws are appropriate to control? Or do you want to put it out there on a social media platform, or maybe ask one of your other classes if you can ask them these 4 questions and have them answer you? It's kind of interesting when you're not hanging out with people that you normally do, like your parents or this or that, because you were pretty much raised with the same beliefs that they have, or you know that you have beliefs that are completely different from theirs. But it's interesting when you put it on things like Twitter and this and that, because you have no idea who's going to respond to you. So you're actually doing it's research. Even if you do only ask your family and this and that, this is the first step in doing research. However, we're not necessarily following all the rules of true legitimate research. when you get to the end class of methods of research, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about, because there are guidelines and all kinds of things that have to be done and approved and whatever to do legitimate research. But for a simple assignment like this, you may do it in this manner because it's going to give you some value. You're going to be very, very surprised, probably, depending on whom you ask, of the answers you're going to get. I remember my child came home, I think he was in middle school, and he had the DARE program. And who was smoking in the family? Oh, first he said to his dad was smoking cigarettes still at the time. And he says, "Dad, do you realize you're a drug addict?" And I was like, "Honey, I love you, but you're going to get yourself killed." Okay, it was my ex-husband. And his dad had no clue where that came from and wasn't very happy with the question. And but my son was smart enough to know that nicotine does affect your behavior, and if you're under the influence, then you're going to have consequences. Anybody who's ever smoked and tried to quit knows it's an addictive substance, and it can mess with you. Sugar. I remember he said to his grandmother, because she likes sugar, he said, "Grandma, you're an addict." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" We're talking a very religious individual, and didn't like so much being called an addict. But he explained to her that she was addicted to sugar, and if she gave that sugar up, did she suffer from a headache? Was she grouchy? Was it not a good weekend for him to spend the weekend? This, that, and she understood where he came from. But before that, never, ever would have considered sugar a, a substance of abuse. So a drug, something that's going to alter your behavior. If you've ever given up sugar, you know the headache is horrendous and it lasts for days. Been there, done that. I am never going back to sugar because, uh, yeah, I can't say what I'd rather do. I'd rather jump off a bridge. So enjoy this assignment. Actually put the effort into it, because it's really interesting to hear what people think is and isn't a drug. So I mentioned sugar. You can add some stuff to it. Have some fun with this assignment. Soda, coffee. I had a student who would not take her child to school, and she was late to class because she was so addicted to caffeine that she could not function. In the morning she woke up, there was no coffee in the house. She actually had to go to the store and get coffee, come home, make it, before she could actually be a rational person, get her kid to school, get dressed, and then get herself to school for my class. That's a habit. Okay, I love my coffee every morning, but if I don't have it, I'm kind of grouchy, but I can still get dressed and go to work. Okay? Um, so, yeah, I guess just have some fun with it. If you want to expand on it in different ways, that's fine. That's the one thing you guys need to learn about me, is that I'm not so rigid. You have to stick with the assignment 100%. I want you to think outside of the box. All right? And real world applications. So if it's food is an addiction. So food, exercise, certain behaviors on how you dress or walk or talk or this or that, whatever. Think of things that can be addictive, and then also think of things that can be considered drugs that are addictive. They call it a runner's high. They call it that for a reason. Okay? Does it mean that they're addicted to that adrenaline rush? Potentially. But you know what that adrenaline rush really is?
Almost dinner's on the table.
Excuse. Sorry, I was interrupted. Dinner's ready, and I guess I'm supposed to jump. Ugh. So anyway, that runner's high, people are addicted to it. It's that adrenaline rush. But the reason we have that rush is to mask the pain that our body is going through. So realize that there are actually natural substances that function for us, but that we can be addicted to them as well. So have fun with that assignment. Me personally, I like seeing it when it goes out on social media. And then because you don't know the people, you don't know who or what you're going to get back, it's all anonymous. And you usually get back a lot more than the 10 responses. Okay? So if you have any questions or comments, send me a course message and I will get back with you. Other than that, have a great week. We're almost done. You're in the final end here of summer B or summer A. So enjoy it. You guys are getting close. I will catch you later. Bye.